श्री उमापति महादेव की जय। सीताराम सब कोई। May Bhagwan bless each and every one of us as we join together in puja today, in satsang, in singing together the praises of Bhagwan. We ask God to continue to bless us, to inspire us, to help us to be whole, to be truthful, to be pure, to be powerful, to be spiritual. We ask God to be with us. We take a deep breath in and recite Om 3 times, each time taking a deep breath and exhaling. Hey Gajanan, hey Swami, remove off all difficulties. We pay our obeisance to you. Gajananam bhutaganadi sevitam kapita jambhu phalacharu bhakshitam Umasutam shoka vinashikarakam Namami Vighaneshwar Par Pankajam Om Vakratundaya Hum Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Mataji, you are the most auspicious of everything that is auspicious. Please fill my life with your presence, your auspiciousness and your Shakti. Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trambike Gauri Gauri Sharanye Trambike Gauri Narayani Namostute. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundaye Viche. Shankar Bhagwan. We enter into the month of February when we, at the end of it, we celebrate Mahashivratri. We ask you to be with us, inspire us with truth, serenity and peacefulness at all times. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukam Vandhanar Mrityor Mokshya Mamritat Nagendraharaya Trilochanaya Bhasmangaragaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Shuddhaya Digambaraya Tasmai Nakaraya Namah Shivaya Har Nama Parvati Pataye Har 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 Mahadev. We pay obeisance to our gurus. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hey Krishna, Karuna Nidhan, please help us, bless us, protect us, guide us, inspire us, lead us, and help us to be with you always. Krishnaya Vasudevaya देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ सर्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो नमः। ॐ सर्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो नमः। प्रेम से बोलो श्री गणेश भगवान की जय। We offer प्रार्थना now to Ganesh ji.
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। माता जागी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता जागी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। माता जागी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता जागी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी। एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी। माथे सिंदूर सोहे मूसकी सवारी। माथे सिंदूर सोहे मूसकी सवारी। अन धन को आंख देख कोधिन को काया। अन धन को आंख देख कोधिन को काया। बाजन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया। बाजन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। माता जागी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता जागी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा। पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा। लदवन को भोग लगी संत करे सेवा। लदवन को भोग लगी संत करे सेवा। रिधि सीधी सात सोही कार्तिकेय भ्राता। रिधि सीधी सात सोही कार्तिकेय भ्राता। दीन जानी शरण राखी सुफल की जय सेवा। दीन जानी शरण राखी सुफल की जय सेवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। माता जागी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। 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 We join in reciting the mantras of the Shiv Chalisa. Jai Ganesh Girija Suvan Mangal Mool Sujan Kahat Ayodhya Das Tum Dehu Abhay Vardhan Hare Hare जय शंकर ओम हर 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 जय शंकर ओम हर हर जय गिरिजापति दीन दयाला सदा करत संतन प्रतिपाला भाल चंद्रमा सोहत नीके कानन कुंडल नाग फणी के अंग गौर शिर गंग महाई मुंड माल तन चरण लाई वस्त्र काल बागंबर सोहे छवि को देख नाग मुनि मोहे हर हर जय शंकर ओम हर 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 जय शंकर ओम हर हर मैं न मातु की ओवी दुलारी वाम अंग सोहत छवि न्यारी लहर त्रिशूल सोहत छवि भारी करत चला शत्रुन जयकारी नंदी गणेश सुहिता कैसी सागर मध्य कमल गए जैसे कार्तिक श्याम और गणराऊ या छवि को कहीं जात लगाऊं हर हर जय शंकर ओम हर 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 जय शंकर ओम हर हर देवन जब ही जाए पुकारा तब ही दुख प्रभु आप निवारा किया उपद्रव तारक भारी देवन सब मिले तुम्हें चुहारी चुरत शरण आप पठायो लवणी मीश महामारी गिरायो आप जलंधर असुर संहारा सुयश तुम्हार विदित संसारा हर हर जय शंकर ओम हर 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 जय शंकर ओम हर हर त्रिपुरासुर सन युद्ध मचाई सब ही कृपा कर लीन बचाई किया तपहि भागीरथ भारी पूर्व प्रतिज्ञाता सुपुरारी धनी न महन तुम सब कोई नाही सेवक स्तुति करत सदाई
शंकर ओम हर हर
प्रगट उधती माधन में ज्वाला
जड़ी सुरासुर बड़ी विहाला दीन दया हमारी सहाई नीलकंठ तब नाम कहाई भोजन रामचंद्र जब कीन्हा जीत की रंग विभीषण दीन्हा सहस कमल में हो रहे धारी हीर परीक्षान बही पुरारी हर हर जय शंकर ओम हर 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 जय शंकर ओम हर हर एक कमल प्रभु राखे उजोई कमल नयन पूजन जह सोई कठिन भक्ति देखी प्रभु शंकर भई प्रसन्न दीक्षित वर जय 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 अनंत अविनाशी करत कृपा सबके कृतवासी दुष्ट सकल नित मोहि सतावे भ्रमरत रही मोहि चैन न आवे हर हर जय शंकर ओम हर 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 जय शंकर ओम हर हर त्राहि त्राहि में नाथ पुकारो यही अवसर मुहियान उबारो लय त्रिशूल शत्रुन को मारो संकट से मुहियान उबारो माता पिता भ्राता सब होई संकट में पूछत नहीं कोई स्वामी एक है आस तुम्हारी आय हर हुआ संकट भारी हर हर जय शंकर ओम हर 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 जय शंकर ओम हर हर धन मेरे धन को वेद सनाई जो कोई जाची सो पल पाई स्तुति कही विधि करो तुम्हारी क्षमहु नाथ अब चूक हमारी शंकर हो संकट की नाशन विघ्न विनाशन मंगल कारण योगियति मुनि ध्यान लगावे शारद नारद शीश नवावे हर हर जय शंकर ओम हर 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 जय शंकर ओम हर हर नमो नमो जय नमो शिवाय सुर ब्रह्मादिक पार न पाया जो यहाँ पाठ करे बदलाई थापर हो जन शंभु सहाई विनिया जो कोई हो अधिकारी पाठ करे सो पावन हारी पुत्रहीन कर इच्छा कोई निश्चय शिव प्रसाद से होई पंडित त्रयोदशी जो कोई लावे ध्यान पूर्वक होम करावे त्रयोदशी व्रत करी हमेशा जन नहीं ताकी रहे कलेशा धूप दीप ने वेद चढ़ावे शंकर सन्मुख पाप सुनावे जन्म जन्म के पाप नसावे अंतवास शिवपुर में पावे कहन अयोध्या आस तुम्हारी जानी सकल दुख हरहु हमारी जय 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 त्रिपुरारी आए हैं हम शरण तुम्हारी हर हर जय शंकर ओम हर 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 जय शंकर ओम हर 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 जय शंकर ओम हर हर
नित्य नेम करि प्राप्त ही पाठ करे चालीस तुम मेरे मानो कामना पूर्ण करो जगदीश मकसर चुति ही मंत्री तू सन्मत जो सत जान स्तुति चालीसा शिव ही पूर्ण की न कल्याण
प्रेम से बोलो श्री उमापति महादेव की जय। You know, when we sit to do puja, when we sit to do satsang, quite often, as we will do now, we just say in Naam Sankirtan the name of God. And why? You know, when we go through life, when we go through our daily routines, there are moments when life presents challenges to us, which are very difficult to cope with at that particular time. And our experience as we go through life, we are taught how to react, how to respond, but we don't always remember. If we are told sometimes, you have to tell the truth, sometimes if we're in a situation, we might think, well, let's bend it a little. Let's do things in a different manner. But whenever we reach into a difficulty, I ask that you close your eyes for the moment. Sit upright for that moment. Inhale deeply. And do as we do. Pray as we pray. Love God as we do as a family. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om
Namah Shivaya. Om Namah
Shivaya. Shiva 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 Shambho. Hara 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 Shambho. Shiva Shiva Shiva
Shambho. Hare 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 Shambho.
Keep our eyes closed for a moment. Feel everything coming down. All the negativities from our heart, our minds, wherever it is. And that moment, just know peace. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Hara, 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 Shambho. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva,
Shambho. Hare
feel a
Hare
smile on your
Hare
face come.
Shambho.
Shiva, 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 Shambho. Hara, 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 Shambho.
Shiva 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 Shambho.
Nothing else matters
Hare
anymore.
Hare Hare Shambho.
Shiva, Hara, Shiva, 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 Shambho. Hara, 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 Shambho. Pray.
Shiva 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 Shambho.
Feel at peace.
Hare 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 Shambho.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah
Shivaya.
Prabhu. Who else is there with us?
Shivaya.
All the people who are around us may one day leave. You are the only constant. Om Namah
Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Sit quietly for a moment. Think of those very same words. pray them in your mind. And deeply breathe in. And then out. And then in. And then out. And just remain silent for a moment. Hara 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 Shambho Hara 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 Shambho Hara 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 Shambho. Prem se bolo Shri Umapati Mahadev ki jai. Whenever you feel a difficult moment coming upon you, whether there is an unexplained feeling of negativity, of sadness, of loss, of being lost, then take this name or any name that you're comfortable with. Feel it, breathe it, sing it, pray. Feel God's presence. Today, we join. You know, Sundays are normally for wedding. In the times before, that's when we could remember when people would go to weddings on a Sunday. So we have a little wedding going on here today. Har 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 Mahadev, Har 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 Mahadev. भोले चले देखो व्याह रचाने, भोले चले देखो व्याह रचाने, शिवरात्रि पर गौर विहाने, शिवरात्रि वह गौर विहाने, अंगवभूत गले मुंडमाला, बैल की कर के सवारी, दुल्हा बने के, दुल्हा बने के, दुल्हा बन चल जोगी रे, भोला भंडारी शिव भोला भंडारी, 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 भोला भंडारी शिव भोला भंडारी. On Shivaratri night, Shivaratri par gaur vihane. Shivaratri night, that is the night that Shivji Bhagwan got married to Parvati Mata. Bhole chale dekho vyah rachane, bhole chale vyah rachane. Shivaratri par gaur vihane. And on that night, that is one of the reasons we celebrate Shivaratri night. Angavabhuta gale mundamala, and here's the Dulaha, filled with bhasma, vibhuti all over him, gale mundamala, with the mala, with the skulls, bel ke kar ke savari, and sitting on a bull, Dulaha bane ke. This is how the Dulaha is coming. Dulaha bane ke, Dulaha bane ke, Dulaha ban chal jogi re. Bhola Bhandari, Jai Bhola Bhandari, Bhola Bhandari, Shiva Bhola Bhandari, Bhola Bhandari, Shiva Bhola Bhandari, Bhola Bhandari, Shiva Bhola Bhandari, Bhola Bhandari. Listen, Bhoot Pret sab dol bajave, Bhoot Pret sab dhola bajave. So who was coming with him? The bhoots, the ghosts, the pret, the disembodied ones. Sab dhola bajave. And they're the ones playing music. छम छम नाचे जोगनिया हो, छम छम हो, छम छम हो, छम छम नाचे जोगनिया हो. And the dancing coming, playing chum 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 chum. भूत प्रेत सब ढोल बजावे, छम छम नाचे जोगनिया हो. लहंगा पहने चले चुड़ैले, and the dulhan is wearing a beautiful lehenga. लहंगा पहने चली चुड़ैले, पाव में बाजे पजनिया हो. शिवले बारात चले हो, शिवले बारात चले, देव यक्ष साथ चले, मुखरा सजा के भोलानाथ. भोले चले देखो व्याह रचाने, शिवरात्रि पर गौर विहाने. अंगव भूत गले मुंडमाला, बेलक करके सवरिया हो. दुल्हा बन के, दुल्हा बन के, दुल्हा बन के, भोला भंडारी, भोला भंडारी शिव भोला भंडारी, भोला भंडारी शिव भोला भंडारी, भोला भंडारी शिव भोला. प्रेम से बोलो उमापति महादेव की जय. It's a beautiful bhajan. We could sing for the rest of the next half an hour. Bhajan goes on like that, describing the wedding. But Shivaratri night is a positive, powerful night. And we are used to hearing the katha of the hunter. But we have spoken before of that night being the night when Gauri Mata got married to Shivji Bhagwan. And I described before the terror of her family. She was okay with him. She loved him. She prayed for years to get Shivji Bhagwan. You know the katha. I won't go into it in detail. How from Sati Mata days, how she tried to test Sri Ram. Because of that testing of Sri Ram, Shivji Bhagwan got unhappy with her. What happened after? She then went to the yajna. Her father didn't include her husband. She felt embarrassed. She felt disrespected. She felt disrespected for her husband as well. She terminated her being by self-immolation, came back as Gauri Mata, prayed for years and years and years in tapasya. Until finally Shivji Bhagwan agreed, yes, I will get married to her. Why? There was a greater purpose to set out in the Shiv Puran. But here he is coming. Angava bhuti gale mundamala, Angava bhuti gale mundamala, Angava bhuti gale mundamala, Bayake karake savariya ho. We need a cracking drum. Because that's how he came. Dhor Machari is coming down the road. Who's playing the drums? Bhuta Pret. All of these people who are outcast from society, that is who's around Shivji Bhagwan. And it is important for us to understand the symbolism of that, because we sometimes feel we are outcast, we are not good enough. I looked at a very sad story this week about an ex-Miss USA. Beautiful person, media personality, 30 years old, jumped from a building to put an end to it all because she was unable to deal with life. Maybe in her mind, she too had bhoots and prets who were there and not knowing how to bring them close to Shivji, how to bring them close to God, how to bring herself closer, till she thought that there was nothing else that she could do but that. How sad. We see people who smile, we see people who laugh, And we judge them and we think they're the happiest people in the world. We don't know what's going on behind. We don't know what they are going through. Nobody knows what another person is going through unless they themselves have walked in their shoes, so don't judge anybody. And this katha is about judging too. There's so much in this beautiful katha, we don't have the time to discuss it. But just to mention one, when he came, what was the response of the family on the other side? That is the Dulha you're going to bring home? All matted lots and daddery head, and he's coming here in front of me. And look at the people who's around. You saw, they probably would have seen the serial. When they bring the thali in front of him, he took off the snake and put it on top of them. Poor Mataji fell down. That is who he was. And people are unable to understand the true divinity of others, so we judge them. We judge them, we don't know what is in their mind, who they are, what they are going through, yet we judge them. We can't do that. You know, again, another person that I read about just this week, who was trolled into doing something that he did not want to do, to the extent, and I'll tell you this, it was on BBC this week. If you want to go back, look at it. You can get a package now sent to your doorstep to help you to ease. For £99, you can leave this life. And his note that he left for people afterwards, for his mother and father, he said, please do something to bring that site down. And they're dealing with what is the legality of all of these things. What is the legality? Can we stop this person that's emanating from another country? Yet people are unable to deal with life. Bhuta preta sangha dola bajave. And they're making noise in our head. Bhuta preta sangha dola bajave. That is where the sounds come from. All these negative thoughts are making noise, and those of us who are unable to deal with those things ask, please, can we have peace? Can we have quiet? My mind cannot remain peaceful. I can't focus. I can't be. And Shivji Bhagwan is the one who gathers everyone, brings them together, keeps them close, and says there is hope for each and everybody. And on that night of power, that night of devotion, we are like Gauri Mata, each one of us, praying, fasting, doing tapasya for God to accept. For God to accept us as His children close, keeping Him and us close to each other. That is the preparation, and that is the night, that is the marriage. What is the marriage? The marriage of Shakti and Shiva. The marriage of all your energies and all of your thoughts, all of your being, all of your positivities and negativities, all in one place, on one night, put together, channeled to God, married to God, loving God forever. That is the marriage. That is Shivaratri, Maha Shivaratri. Remember, each month has a Shivaratri. So, when we do our celebrations here on the 28th, Monday 28th, Panditji, that is the night, Maha Shivaratri, it is a night of power. We should all try to stay up. You know, we speak now, I'll tell you something. Doing a lot of research just recently, talking about intermittent fasting. I've spoken about this before. How it helps your body, how it helps your body to burn fat, visceral, subcutaneous, all these kind of things, different aspects. things that we already have in our books, but we didn't want to do because we were always fasting for something. But it was a means of keeping healthy. Now, they will find out very soon that keeping Jagran all night, what that does to our mind. Because in the darkest of nights, we sit to pray. Where there's no light in our mind, we think God illumines. That wedding ceremony takes place, where we become in our thoughts married to the divinity and consciousness that is God. And it continues all night. Can you imagine? Think about it for yourselves. Imagine if from 6 o'clock in the evening to 6 o'clock the next morning, all you did was to pray. You didn't have to worry about anything else. You didn't have to worry about anybody else except you have children like Isha and so on and others, so you have to worry, okay, well, we have. But imagine if you could just be free to pray all night and don't have to worry about if the phone going to ring or what's on television, if I'm missing the serial, if the cricket is on that night. I think they were losing again, poor fellas. Whatever it might be, imagine for that 12 hours out of our entire lifetime. Do the math. 365 days. How many hours? 24 multiplied by 365. We put this 12 hours for our own development, for the marriage of our mind to God. I remember times when I would think, listen, I'll do it home. By 1 o'clock, start falling asleep. Because, like my mother, I'm an early riser. So that therefore, when you think about it, by 9, 10 o'clock, you start shutting down. But when you fast for the day, this is the thing that goes with it. And that is why the science is behind it. When you fast for the day, your body is not taking up anything else. So what is it doing now? It's starting to burn its own energy from within. And that is what. Now, here's the thing. Some people can't fast for health reasons. Some people, when they fast in, they eat a pong of sweets. That is not fasting. That is eating a pong of sweets. But I'm not eating this and that. No, that is not fasting. Do what you can, but fast as best as you can. If you can't eat, don't eat anything if you can't. That's why I'm taking it back to the intermittent fasting point. It allows your body now to kick in to start burning the energy from within. And that is what takes you through the night. That's the night. So many activities would happen traditionally long time ago. The mundan, they would shave their heads for the children. All of these things would be going on because it's a holy night. But if we can spend it in that way, then do that. That is your blessing. That is not for me. If you come and fast, and if you come and pray, and if you in your puja room are able to do those things, it is not for my benefit. It is for your own, and for your family, for your children, for your parents, for those who have gone before, for those who are to come. So those are the words I wish to share. Those are the thoughts I wish to share with you. On another occasion, I know that for Mahashivratri, I was speaking to Panditji today, we still have the regulations in place, so we cannot keep Jagran with everybody, but we can come in pockets of an hour and a half. So we will start 6 o'clock to 7:30. And then we will go back again 9 to 10:30. And then 12 to 1:30. And then 3 to 4:30. And then 6, finish off the night. Praying, if you can come at those times, come. If you say no, you're not able to for whatever, but still pray home. Wake. What happens, the morning times are the difficult times. That's when you need to say, okay, let me go now to pray with other people because I need to be woken up, to sing and to chant and listen to Shiv Puran if you have to, and all of these things. But that is my message today. We started with prayer as to how to regulate your own thought process as we move on in life, about how God is surrounded by negativities or things that people think are negativities, but how He has harnessed them and been able to train and keep them close to Him to get rid of the negativities, and how on that night Gauri Mata was able to get married to Him, how Shakti was able to become one with Shiva. So that is the message today. May God bless each and every one of you as we build and we build and we build to Mahashivaratri. Expect it. Become anxious for that night. Love God because you want God to bless you in each and every way. Prem se bolo Shri Umapati Mahadev ki Jai. Bhajans.
Those of you who wish to perform your arati, you're invited to come forward now. Please put on the gloves and maintain your physical spacing when you go up on the altar.
Shivaya Parameshwaraya Shashishekaraya Namo. Shivaya Parameshwaraya Shashishekaraya Namo. Shivaya Parameshwaraya Shashishekaraya Namo. Shivaya Parameshwaraya Shashishekaraya Namo. Bhavaya Gunasamhavaya Shivatandavaya Namo. Bhavaya Gunashambhavaya Shivatandavaya Namo. Bhavaya Gunasambhavaya Shivatandavaya Namo. Bhavaya Gunashambhavaya Shivatandavaya Namo. Shivaya Parameshwaraya Chandrasekharaya Namo. Shivaya Parameshwaraya Chandrasekharaya Namo. Shivaya Parameshwaraya Chandrasekharaya Namo. Shivaya Parameshwaraya Chandrasekharaya Namo. Bhavaya Gunasambhavaya Shivatandavaya Namo. Bhavaya Gunasambhavaya Shivatandavaya Namo. Bhavaya Gunasambhavaya Shivatandavaya Namo. Bhavaya Gunasambhavaya Shivatandavaya Namo. Shivaya Parameshwaraya Shashishekaraya. Shivaya Parameshwaraya Chandrasekharaya Namo. Bhavaya Gunasambhavaya Shivatandavaya Namo. Bhavaya Gunasambhavaya Shivatandavaya Namo. Shivaya Parameshwaraya Chandrasekharaya Namo. Shivaya Parameshwaraya Chandrasekharaya शिवताण्डवाय नमः शिवताण्डवाय नमः शिवाय नमः हर 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 हराय नमः शिव 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 शिवाय नमः हर 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 हराय नमः शिव 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 शिवाय नमः हर 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 हराय नमः शिव 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 शिवाय नमो हर 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 हराय नमो ओम नमः
मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। चीर की छाती बोले अपनी, चीर की छाती बोले अपनी, पवन पुत्र हनुमान, बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान। मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। सीता हरण किया रावण ने, प्रभु जी थे अकुलाई। हनुमान ने सीता जी को प्रभु संदेश सुनाई। हनुमान जी करते आई, हनुमान जी करते आई प्रभु जी के गुणगान। बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। लागी लक्ष्मण जी को शक्ति, देखा प्रभु घबराई। भोर से पहले हनुमान जी धौलागिरी में आई। उठा बेटे लक्ष्मण जी लेकर, उठा बेटे लक्ष्मण जी लेकर, जी राम का नाम। बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। वानर सेना देख रावण की सेना घबराई। पलक झपट के हनुमान ने लंका में आग लगाई। भोले प्रभु की साथ मिटा कर, भोले प्रभु की साथ मिटा कर रावण का अभिमान। बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। चीर की छाती बोले अपनी, चीर की छाती बोले अपनी, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान, बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान।
प्रेम से बोले श्री पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय। सबको इसी तरह एवरीवन।
जय हिंद।
Let me first of all thank everyone for attending this morning's service. Those of you who have come joining face to face, those of you who are looking online on YouTube and on Facebook, and those who will be viewing our satsang or puja during the course of the week. A very warm welcome to each and every one of you. May Bhagwan Ji bless you all. We want to thank Panditji for his very, very beautiful and moving, inspirational and very thought-provoking discourse this morning. Thank you, Panditji. As always, I know most, if not all of us, would have been really influenced in terms of what you said, impacting our mind and the thoughts that are there. Very special welcome this morning to Sheshma and Akash, right, who are visiting from abroad. And also I want to extend happy birthday greetings to Nadia, who is also visiting with us from New York. So Bhagwanji's blessings to you, Nadia. Welcome again, Sheshma, and indeed to all persons who are with us and those who may be celebrating some birthday, anniversary, or any special occasion. Bhagwanji's blessings to you. Few short, very, very short announcements. As Panditji has mentioned, Mahashivratri will be observed at the Mandir in 4 pahars starting at 6 p.m. Each pahar will be lasting an hour and a half because of our current COVID regulations in place. So please be mindful of that. So 6 to 7:30, 9 to 10:30, 12 midnight to 1:30 a.m., 3 a.m. to 4:30 a.m., and then we conclude at 6 a.m. So those of you who can either stay the whole night, but with the breaks in between, obviously, where we will sanitize in between, or those of you who want to come at a particular session, you're most welcome to do so, as Panditji has intimated, and you will get further details in the upcoming weeks. Secondly, Mandir t-shirts are on sale, so please see Vishnu. Vishnu just stands, so those who don't know you will know you. If you are interested in purchasing a Krishna Mandir t-shirt, there are some left, and Vishnu has those in his possession. I also want to remind persons that yoga classes have resumed and will continue tomorrow evening, Monday evening from 5:30 right here at the annex, again following all proper protocols. So please join if you are able to. I'm being signaled religious calendars are also on sale, so you can see Mr. Sinanan after service if you want to acquire a copy of the religious calendar showing the major events for this year, 2022. Finally, you are reminded, those of you who are interested, so we are doing the live stream, as you will be aware, especially those of you who are looking on, and we are trying to build capacity with respect to our technicians. So we have 2 very dedicated persons right now in the form of Dr. Mitra Maharaj, right by me, and Amral Prasad, both of whom are here every Sunday, and we would want to build that capacity. I know there are a couple persons who are interested and here. So from next Sunday, not today, next week Sunday, after the service ends for 35 minutes or thereabouts, just over half an hour, those persons who are interested, training sessions will be conducted so that you can be trained in the operating of our system for live streaming, Sunday morning services and other events. So we make that appeal. There's no particular age bracket. We would prefer persons who are mature a little bit, but we are opening it up because we want persons who are able to convey themselves to the Mandir and take themselves back. So we don't say, well, you know, mommy and daddy didn't drop me or something like that, or I have lessons or I have exams. But if you are interested, we're opening it up to everyone. Please, half an hour after service ends next week, and thereafter for the next couple of weeks, ongoing training. I think those conclude our announcements. Is there anyone that I've missed out? No? And again, our appeal, the Mandir always relies on your generous donations in order to see us through, to maintain the Mandir, to pay our bills and so on. So anybody who's interested in making a donation or contribution, we have a big project ongoing with regard to the upgrading of the system. Many of the devices that you see there on the table are on loan, so we need to acquire our system and upgrade the software. So those of you who would like to make a contribution towards that, we would most welcome those contributions. Sitaram, everyone, we invite you to stand now for final arati and then closing prayer.
Om Jai Jagadish Hari, Swami Jai Jagadish Hari, Bhakt Janu ki sangat, Das Janu ki sangat, Jagni dur kare. Om Jai Jagadish Hari, Jo dhyawe fal pawe, dukh bid se man ka
कष्ट मिटे तन का। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। माता पिता तुम मेरी शरण गहु किसकी। स्वामी शरण गहु किसकी। तुम बिना और न दूजा। तुम बिना और न दूजा। आश करो जिसकी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। पूर्ण परमात्मा तुम अंतर्यामी। स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी। पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर। पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तन मन धन सब है तेरा। स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा। तेरा तुझको अर्पण। तेरा तुझको अर्पण। क्या लागे मेरा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट। दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
Hari Om. As we conclude our puja and prayer this morning, we reflect for one moment on the many persons who've lost their loved ones at this time for one reason or the other. This morning, collectively, we join in prayer for the benefit of the Mohammed family of Coconut Drive. Sita Mohammed, who attends the Mandir, her daughter, was lost in a very tragic and untimely manner this week gone by. Her daughter attends this Mandir and is a member of the youth group. I am not at liberty to call her name because she is a minor. But our heart goes out to that family that has lost their daughter, their mother, wife, in a very, very tragic circumstance. And we are seeing many other similar circumstances occurring in our country. Bhagwan, we maintain that faith that you are in control. We ask that you bless that Atma. We ask that you bless that family and all those families who've lost their loved ones. Give them that strength, that courage, that understanding to cope with their loss, and the fortitude to continue on discharging their duties and responsibilities as they must do. Let us all join collectively in chanting. Hari Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. O Lord, you are mother and father, you are family, you are friend, you are knowledge, you are wealth, you are everything to us. Collectively join now in prayer. Tvameva Mata च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम। प्रेम से बोले श्री गणेश भगवान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, आज शक्ति जगदम्बा देवी मैया की जय, श्री पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय। प्रेम से बोले श्री सच्चे सनातन धर्म की जय। सबको जय सीताराम, जय सीताराम, जय सीताराम। May Bhagwan bless us all. May we have a very safe, productive and bountiful week ahead. With Bhagwan's blessings, we will all see each other again next week, Sunday, at the same time. Jai Sitaram all.